People often come to me and start talking about everything they don't want. And after about 5 minutes of that, I usually say, okay, let's stop here for a moment and talk about what it is you actually do want in this life. And you know what they often say? Honestly, I haven't thought about that yet. This creative way of thinking, it's so suppressed in people that the moment we start talking about what we want, it instantly becomes tense, and it's all coming from the head. And I say, look, whatever you're saying right now, it's not going to come true. It's complete nonsense. It's something you just made up on the spot, digging through the archive of your memory and deciding, maybe that's what I need. Because everything we truly want, we want through feeling. If we want to sleep, we feel like sleeping. If we want to eat, we feel hungry. If we want love, we feel the desire for love. And if we've eaten and drunk well, we know exactly where we need to go to feel a little lighter and a little cleaner. So here's what I want to tell you. The foundation of our life is to feel what we want, not to know what we want. The moment you start knowing what you want, you start dragging your life into tests and trials. And you try to take some sweet little animal or bird and change its size drastically, painfully, without bringing happiness or pleasure to it and to yourself. That's why one of the fundamentals in this life is to get very clear about who you're receiving information from and who you're interacting with. Because if those people don't have happiness, health, wealth, youth, longevity, and most importantly, that sparkle in their eyes, then ask yourself honestly, what exactly am I doing around this person? Now, if you're a great altruist and somewhere on your birth certificate it says charity everywhere, always in everything, then essentially what that means is I'm not planning to grow. I'm planning to judge scumbags while doing really nice things, and then I'll be outraged when those people don't accept my nice deeds, and I'll be outraged by those who aren't doing nice deeds like me. So, the truth is, most people who claim to be acting out of altruism, trying to save others, are actually some of the biggest energy vampires. Why? It's very simple. I can't make myself happy, so let me try to make someone else happy who happens to be nearby. But we don't bring happiness to another person through our actions, we bring happiness through who we are. Next thing I want to tell you, the outer never drives the inner. It's always the inner that shapes the outer. But here's the catch, the inner can create literally any kind of outer reality. But it will always carry a particular state, and that state will be rooted in your inner world. Example, you listen to a few entrepreneurs talk about their successful businesses, or maybe some doctors talk about their thriving medical practice, or some folks into energy work, spirituality, or whatever else. And you try doing the same things, and suddenly you realize it doesn't quite work out for you the way they said it would. And if those people were at least sharing their own lived experience, that would be only half the trouble. Notice I said trouble, not joy. People are just retelling someone else's experience, something they read or heard or asked someone about. So what happens? When you try to act based on that, you're always tapping into the energy of the person you got it from. And that energy resonates with yours, along with the people you've interacted with in the past, through stories, beliefs, opinions, and experiences. It all blends together and produces a certain result. Like I said at one of my talks, right now you're trying to repeat after a wonder worker, his prayer or his act of baptism or his blessing. And amazingly, when wonder worker prays or blesses or baptizes, people are healed. But when you do the same motion or read the same prayer, at best the person stays just as sick as they were. The answer, again, is this. Business and life aren't created by outer actions, but by inner states. And those states are the foundation of everything. So when you suddenly decide to earn money, You can earn it with your left foot, left hand, right hand, head, or actions through sales, production, publishing books, or construction, and you'll always succeed depending on your inner state, because it is that inner state that determines who you become. And when you start watching and listening to someone who's saying great things, always check the person themselves. Test their strength, their integrity. That's why you need to be selective. With your dentists, your astrologers, your psychiatrists, your massage therapists, your hairdressers, and your nail artists. Because you're interacting with that person's energy. And if everything's flowing for them, a good family life, great sex, drive, positivity, a nice car, curiosity about life, flexibility, no dogmas or rigid boxes, well, you become like the people you surround yourself with. We're living a kind of life where if you stay stuck in stable can preservation mode, you feel like crap. If you push forward recklessly, you feel even worse. And only in that exact moment when you are fully here and now, in the present, enjoying the process, and your only true authority is you and your own sensations through which you perceive the world. And in every situation, you start by being love, being uniqueness, and only then a woman or a man. And if you're interested in the opposite sex and there's that sparkle in your eyes and you're in no hurry whatsoever, and you always speak to others as equals, and there's only one opinion that exists, yours and the wrong one, and also yours and the one that just happens to match yours, then your life is just fine.